Well, how's it going, everybody? AZPlow21 here with more W3. We are high-level national, 15 percentage points away from low-level international, which is absolutely insane. We're going to have to start actually going places other than Arizona and California, which is also pretty insane. We have our fight card scheduled tonight, Grasso versus Velasquez. It is a lesser fight, so it's not expected to really get us that much in the way of popularity, but we have a couple guys to sign. I've decided from here on in just to try to, encourage people to come see me on Twitch. This is going to be Twitch exclusive as far as live, but then I will post it on YouTube after the fact. So live streams, it is just going to be on Twitch, but then I will post it on YouTube, just so that way there's no super big confusion as to where you can watch it live and as to where you can watch it on demand. I'm not too concerned with these girls getting taken, not at all. So we are good on that. Let's see if there's anything else we can book. It's really just this card that we have to book. After that, we might just start going episodic, low-key, just because it's going to be a grind and I don't want to have to just force you guys to watch me just simulate all that time. So it's going to take some time. High-level national, Carson Hardman would be the underdog in this fight, but it would make for a very good main card fight. Not sure I want to do that just yet with him, so I don't believe we're going to book that. Would like to get him scheduled pretty soon, though. See, still nothing for her. Pam Sorensen, I'm probably going to end up just cutting, low-key. She's too much of a pain. She can't really fight anybody. Alright, nobody for Amanda Hebos to fight. Wonder Boy. I mean, we could definitely do this one. Probably rather do this Claudio fight. None of these are main events. None of these are main event caliber, unfortunately. We're going to have to wait on that. Go ahead and get into this one, though. Grasso and Velasquez. Taking place in Arizona, of course. Grasso in real life getting the victory last night. That was pretty impressive. Hopefully she can continue that streak. Jim Ehlers getting the victory here today out of Orlando, Florida. Yes, just because I will have to more than likely go episodic, just because it's going to take a lot of time in between actual fight cards. Since when we go low-level international, we're not going to be able to run as many cards. I'm not going to be able to just blitz it, run every week like I kind of wanted to. James Nakashima picks up the victory. It is going to have to be kind of a slow burn, which is unfortunate, but it just is what it is. Felipe Lins gets the victory. I am more than likely going to end up cutting a lot of the low-level regional guys that I have, just because I won't really have fights for them, you know? I'm just going after popularity at this point. Our goal is not to put on as many fights as possible. Our goal is to get popular as quickly as possible and overtake the UFC, steal all their guys, and we can't do that if we're putting on shitty fight cards and, you know, not getting popularity from each fight card. So it is just going to be a waiting game. Which is why, as far as YouTube, it is going to be episodic. Chris the Law Lewis getting it done here today. I hope you guys are having a good day, though, whether you are watching on YouTube or Twitch. Mickey Gall taking on Cowboy Oliveira. Cowboy gets the win here today. Mickey Gall now with a losing record. Alejandro Perez versus Luis Rodriguez. Luis Rodriguez picks up the TKO victory. A couple Mexicans going at it. Pitbull Frieri taking on Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith knocks out Patricky Pitbull. Wants to fight Brock Weaver next. Christian Natividad taking on Tenshin Nasukawa. And Christian gets a TKO win over Tenshin. That is crazy. Fantastic fight, by the way. Love to see that. Hopefully he gets a big popularity boost because of it. Alexander Gustafsson versus Smilin' Sam Alvey in our co-main event, and it's Alex Gustafsson getting the win. Love to see that. The Swede getting a big win in his debut fight here for W3. Main event time, Alexa Grasso and Juliana Velasquez, and it's Grasso getting the unanimous decision victory. Only high-level regional. This was a lesser fight, like I mentioned, so not a lot of yikes. You can see 1,600 in attendance, commercial rating of 73, which is good enough for high-level national, interestingly enough. So we should still gain a little bit of no popularity change at all. Okay, never mind. Okay. So like I said, a fight card like this does us absolutely no good. We end up nearly losing money because of it. A fight card like that does us no good. We need to make sure that moving forward, the rest of the fight cards that we actually book make sense, has good main events, will get us popularity. It's just, we got to do that. We're not in a situation where we are the #1 company and we can coast. It's not like the UFC save where we can book things just to book them, essentially. We have to be very adamant, very direct with what we book and why we book it, which is only going to make it more interesting and more realistic from here on in. So it might go from weekly to maybe once every other week. Maybe there will be a time where we take a 3-week break or something like that. Who is to tell? All I know is that we no longer can afford to book really shitty cards. So that's just how it is. UFC announced a show. Let's see what we have to do over on our end. So so like guys like this will not cut it anymore. Jake Smith, Sean Teed. I mean, he's coming off a win, so we'll go ahead and bring him back. But anybody coming off a loss, not popular, time to go. This guy's low-level national. You love to see it. Like this guy, Kairov, Naru. Yeah, like no more projects unless they are already popular, you know. Brandon Davis, who is mid-level regional, has a fight booked. So let's just go ahead and bring him back. Sportsnet, Repretel, J Sports, ESPN, Tyke. Alrighty. Repretel, Sportsnet, Tyke. Beautiful. Our next fight card is 76, Chimaev versus Barberena, and that is on Saturday of week 4. And then we have one the very next day. So we are going to get through these 3. And then we're probably going to end that episode there. Like I said, I am probably going to be recording a lot more. Just when it comes to on YouTube, these are going to be released episodically, kind of, in a way. Chimaev and Barberena should be a good main event. High-level international, so that one I'm not worried about. How did we end up getting him? Well, we ended up having to pay him $400K a fight. Exclusive deal. And he's with us basically for until he's 36 or until 10 fights. So he's with us for a while. So he will be a part of our journey along with Cynthia Calvillo. Stamp Fairtex, which is mid-level international in a way. Somehow. Don't get it. Tuivasa versus Ngannou. That should be a big deal. That's going to be a good fight card. Dern versus Gadelia. It's a rematch, but it should be fine. Aldo versus Moraes should be great. They fought, that's a twice? Once. Yeah, I was there. I was at that fight. Clarissa Shields versus Seiler. As a lesser show is pretty good. This one is not looking so good. Yeah, it is not looking so good. So we will see. But let's Eagle FC vacate title for the women's flyweight belt because Rinna Kai is no longer with anybody because she retired. Right? Godspeed to her. Let's go ahead and get to Saturday. There is no UFC card. So let's go ahead and just go ahead and simulate forward. Till the next show. Alrighty. Pop up on here. Got Eric Perez. Low-level regional. No thanks. Lorenzo Hood, who is low-level regional, has a fight booked elsewhere. No thanks. Serkinov, mid-level national in Canada. We'll go ahead and hold on to him. Pat Downey, who are you? Mid-level regional. No thanks. Luis Pena signs with Brave. That's fine. He can go. Hopefully Cody Pfister wins. Fair. And Cody Pfister extends. Okay. So we're here at Saturday. We have a fight card the very next day. These should do some pretty good numbers, I'd imagine. Especially Chimaev and Barberina. But, let's see if there's anything else that can be booked here. Eric Anders, because it's in New York. Have some faith in Carson. Megan Colley. Amanda Hebos. Versus Macy. Okay, let's do it. Wonder Boy. You can fight up to 185. Okay, definitely not Colley. Ooh, Alistair Overeem. Anderson can fight at heavyweight? There we go. Oh, really? Just high-level national? Really? He's coming off wins, too. That's weird. Mid-level national. I believe this one was high-level, right? Yep. No. Still not liking this card. Anybody else? Lozon, Dober? No, not really. Not really. Assistant. Main events. I've never really used these before. That's crazy. Debuts. Fresh matches, that's insane. Title fights. Main events. Challenges. Hometown, Billy Quarantillo. Rematches. Nothing. That's insane. I've never used that before, but maybe I should. Maybe I should. Alright, let's go. Hamzat versus Barberina. This should do some good numbers. Some good numbers. Taylor Guardado versus Lubanska. Lubanska picking up the win. Marco Beltran, Cody Durden. Cody Durden picking up the win. Heilman versus Avitia, and it is Heilman picking up the win. Pineda versus Edwards. Pineda with the victory. Peter Barrett. That is such a weird name. And Bill Algeo. Algeo gets the decision victory. Lemminger and Ryder Newman. Lemminger with the victory. Jose Johnson, Terrion Ware, and it is Jose Johnson. Shane Burgos, Austin Arnett on the main show. Shane Burgos picking up the victory. Love to see it. 16th win of his career. Luis Pena, Cody Fister. Let's go Fister. And he loses. Split decision to the guy who is leaving us. Qt Laba taking on Bular, and it is Qt Laba with the victory. Norman Park versus Sabah Hamasi, and it is Hamasi picking up the victory. And our main event in the welterweight division, Hamzat Chimaev taking on Brian Barberina, and Hamzat wins in less than a minute and a half. Figures. He lost to Usman. That is crazy. Mid-level international. He knows how to talk with the best of them. Commercial rating of 95. Attendance of 9,502. What is our is that our largest attendance? Popularity increase of 5%. That is insane. 6.4 million in profit. Paid Hamzat 940,000. Well worth it. He also gets that pay increase though, but whatever. Whatever. We should be about 10 percentage points away from low-level international, which is not much at all, really. Not much at all. And what's weird, I think when we got to high-level national, we got a little boost just for making it to high-level national, which is pretty insane. Like, just because we're more recognizable, we instantly got like another like 5%. Because I was like, whoa, I think we just barely made it. But we had made it and like we're added on like 5 percentage points. So that's cool if it's like a buff that like if you get up a level, it gives you a little bit of a push too, which is pretty cool. Probably just to make sure that you don't immediately drop down. Like if you have a bad card immediately after. We'll see. Because I'm pretty sure it's a thing at the very least in TEW where if you fall in size, you can't rise again for at least 2 months or something like that. You kind of just have to like hold steady and then go after it hard. TEW is always a game where I like the idea of playing more than actually playing. Like it's just too much of a hassle. It's too tedious. Makes my brain hurt low-key. Because it's just, you have to think of something to do with all these people, you know? Like being AEW, being WWE is pretty hard. You can do New Japan pretty easily. You can do a local to global where you're starting out from scratch and just booking stuff just cause, you know? But actually doing like an actual save with like AEW takes a lot of effort. And you have to really like have projects on your mind and like stick to them rather than just, oh, I'm gonna book a really good show. You know what I mean? Sanganai leaves, Ben Saunders leaves, Daniel leaves, Austin Arnett coming off a loss, mid-level regional is of no use to us. Leaving Ryder Newman, who is low-level regional, no thanks, do not need you. Sabah Hamasi coming off a win, mid-level regional, while he's coming off a win. We'll keep all these channels we are already in the midst of negotiating with, and immediately after we have Calvillo and Stamp Fairtex, which should be okay. Then the week after we have Vivasa and Ngannou. That should do numbers. We might hit low-level international like very soon. We're at high level national. If we can get 5 percentage points for both of these shows, which we might, we can do it. We can do it. We certainly can do it. UFC is not running until Friday of this next upcoming week. Whitaker until Dillashaw be cool. Leon Edwards, Dvalishvili. A couple of guys on here that I'd like. Nobody of super big note though. Still got UFC number 1. Who's holding their belts right now? We got Biggie Boy. Out for 33 days. Low-level international. Okay. What's his contract looking like? Contract expires in 4 years. So he's gonna be there a while unless he fights 4 more times. Ohaska. Ohaska's there for a while. High level international. Might be tougher than we thought. Robert Whitaker. 3 fights thus far. He has 5 fights left for 5 years. Yikes. Usman. Mid-level international, getting up there in age. 5 fights or 5 years. No lightweight title holder. Max Holloway. 6 years, Jesus. Amanda Nunes, 7 years. Piotr Jan, 6 fights or 6 years, pretty much. Mid-level international. Three years for Tatiana. Three fights or 2 years left for Askar. Five years for Thug Rose. What's John looking like? He just renegotiated. Week 1, yeah. That's tough. And he has a fight against a bum coming up too. Who's this? High level regional, no thing. This is gonna be tough actually. Actually thinking about it. This is gonna be a lot tougher than I thought. It's gonna be a grind, but we're here, boys. So let's get after it. We got it on TV. We do. We got a good card lined up. Let's do it. Laveth Young versus Ariana Powell. Laveth Young picking up the victory. Got Lauren Mueller, Alice Tomlinson. We got Connor somehow. So, crazy. Lauren Mueller picks up the split decision victory. Tomlinson's first loss. Bo Nickel and Angel D'Anda. Bo Nickel picking up the unanimous decision victory. Victoria Leonardo versus Malada Baudet. Leonardo gets the win, kicks Baudet out of W3. Hannah Cyphers, Jocelyn Hammond. Hannah Cyphers picking up the victory. Kara Batara taking on Corey McKenna. McKenna getting the victory. Love to see it. Fabian Edwards versus Anthony Adams on the main card. Fabian Edwards picking up the victory. Kasanganai taking on Christian Savoy. Kasanganai wins, and he is also leaving us, which sucks. Tyler Diamond versus Raush Manfio, and Diamond picks up the victory. Jojo Calderwood and Luana Carolina, and Jojo picks up the victory. Her name is now just Joanne Wood. Weird name, but oh well. Cynthia Calvillo taking on Nong Stamp Fairtex. Stamp Fairtex knocks out Cynthia Calvillo in 23 seconds. 11-1. Probably going to be low-level national now. Very impressive, assured performance. Commercial rating of 86, so maybe not 5 percentage points. but definitely an increase. 2.5. Yikes. Yeah, definitely not as super hyped as the last card. It is what it is. Still a profit of 5.5 million, which is always good for business. We love us some money, but money does not mean anything unless we can get more popular and overtake the UFC. That is our ultimate goal, ladies and gentlemen. That is our ultimate goal. What? G4 TV just shut down after a year. Well, RIP to G4. Apparently that sucks. Sportsnet. Oh. Definitely not to be a fighter, probably. Either way, John Lineker is a interesting thought. Mike Perry, also an interesting thought, but not one that we can afford to make right now. John Lineker, who is low-level national. Ooh, this guy's high-level regional. We'll go ahead and snag him up, though. Reina Kubota. Oh, she's retiring? Damn. Justin Willis, mid-level regional, no thanks. Victoria Leonardo. It's fine, she can come back. Leaves. Hannah Cyphers can come back. Angel Deanda. 0-2 low-level regional, no thanks. Have a nice life. Alright. Kicks. ESPN Africa. We're going until Sunday. Yeah, until Sunday. UFC has a card on Friday. Megan Colley, Dan Ige. Ige versus Feely can be a main event, apparently. It would appear we are rocking with that as our main event. We are done. And we are going to stay done for a little bit. Just get to the next show. All right, got to sign some deals. ESPN Africa. John Lineker. I'm done fucking around. I'm also done fucking around with you. Only one he's considering. That's beautiful. Music to my ears. Thank you, sir. All right, Greg Hardy leaves Apex MMA. Got J Sports, 12 more shows. Rep Patel, 11 more shows. Dwight Joseph, mid-level regional. Fighting for a title, though. We'll go ahead and just take him anyways. Oh. We take over SC in the UFC saves. I was like, yeah, let me try it. John Lineker. Only offer is seriously considering. Beautiful. I'm gonna check on something. And he got TKO'd. He's out for only 11 days. We should be able to schedule him soon. The only thing is, who will he fight against? He was willing to fight a scrub, so it's not like that big of a deal, but he does need to pick up a win or two because he's gonna drop in value pretty soon if he doesn't. Yes, of course I want to add him to the short list. We've gotten Ganu. Yes. What kind of question is that? We've got Nate. Got Brandon, who just won and appears to be ready to go. Got Jose. We've got Nick too, which is fun. Alright. Definitely a lot more of these buddies. Okay, Wednesday. Let's get to our show. Let's get to our show.
Eat. Finally. Nice to meet you.
Alrighty. Whitaker and Till going at it. That'd be crazy if they cut one of them. I doubt it very, very much. But hey, a kid can dream, right? All right, we're at Saturday. Not quite our time just yet. Oh, major pec injury for Haley Cowan. That's not good. I'm signing. Fight canceled at 81. It's fine. We got this that can replace it. Echo leaves. Only offer he's considering. Ed Ruth signs with Titan FC. That's fine. All good. All good. All right. So, did they cut anybody, UFC? Judging from us not getting any notifications about anything, I doubt anybody interesting is up for grabs. Gregor Gillespie. Low-level national, we'll take him. He's -5, but we'll still take him. He's definitely worth having. Jessica high-level regional. We'll definitely take her. Probably going to retire soon. Julio Arce. No thanks. Kenneth Berg. No thanks. Josh Plant. Oh, that's CWFC. And then Enchukwi. No thanks. Okay. Yeah, so nobody super exciting. Miguel Baeza. Mid-level national. One of the offers. We're going to have to overpay. That's fine. Who are you? Thanks. No thanks. Okay. Let's just try to do this now. So Brandon Moreno and Islam are ready to go. Let's just do week 3. Just keep it in Arizona. So Moreno, who has that flyweight belt, defeated Frankie Edgar, would be a great main event. I agree. Perfect. Any of the women? No thanks. Megan Colley. Islam Makhachev at lightweight. Ray Borg at bantamweight. Joe Lozon. Drew Dober. Carlos Diego Ferreira, actually. For the lightweight belt. Who's number 2 and 3? Hooker and Riddell. So this would be the lightweight title. Low-level international strong main event. High-level international. Beautiful. Ray Borg, Edson Barbosa. Ray Borg, Edson Barbosa, Brady Huang. Borg versus Huang. Wow, Sabatella would fuck him up, apparently. All right, and then let's get Megan Colley on there. In the prelims, it's a free-for-all. Sort by ranking. Try to get mainly women's fights on there. Udalova versus Lara. Got Niedźwiedź versus Laterno. Nice. All right, so Aldana versus Sorensen, apparently. Didn't Charneski get called out by freaking Cyborg? We do have Cyborg. When is she ready to go? 8 days? Yeah, we can wait. Assistants, challenges, Bees and Gates, Roberson and Ruth. All right, perfect. Let's go and get to Sunday, and then that'll be the last part of this video. And then after this video, and I post this, is going to be an hour-long video. We are going to go episodic. Sorry if it kind of bothers you, but it's going to be a super steady grind. So I will still be live streaming it on Twitch. The only thing is I'll be recording over and over and over and over and over and over again, just because it's going to take forever. A lot of navigating through days, trying to get through these cards as quickly as possible. I'll probably be releasing them once every, I don't know, 3 days or so. But you will be able to catch it live on Twitch, so do make sure that you watch it. I have nothing else uploading right now, so you can be on the lookout for it. I'll probably change the names of all the videos that I've uploaded, just so that way it's a little bit easier to follow. And then just remember, once I do finish this series, which could take a while, once I do finish this series, we are going to be going through another UFC save, but doing it a little bit more realistically, with us just being the booker. So not owning the company, but just doing the booking, which will probably be challenging, depending on what they want us to do. Alrighty. Darren Till tops rankings, #1 spot. All right. Who are you? High level regional. Go ahead and bring you in. All right. Nothing else. Ooh, she leaves Nova Uniao. Okay, interesting. Miguel Baeza. We're gonna have to Really throw the money at him. Probably what's going to have to be for all these guys that we end up going for. Moving forward, Vivasa and Ngannou. This should be a good one. During Gedalia should be a good one. It's a rematch, but it still should be a good one. Mid-level international. That should be just fine. 93 percentage points. So we are 7 percentage points away from low-level international, which will be insane. I can't even imagine the actual TV stations that we'll be able to reach at that point. But we'll see. Taking place in Arizona, Tuivasa and Ngannou. Also Nick Diaz and Diego Lima. This should be a good one. Kai Kamaka and Aaron Phillips. Kai Kamaka picking up the victory. Curatolo and Nate Smith. We got Curatolo taking home the win. Jacob Kilburn. Matt Sales picking up the win here today. Cole Farrell, this is our boy, taking on Cassius Clay, Lucas Cassius Clay. And we got Cole Farrell with the knockout in round number 1. Should be low-level national now. One of our homegrown talents. Burdett Bosher is taking on Gabriel Green. We've got Gabriel Green with the split decision. Saromi versus Brahimaj. We got Brahimaj picking up the victory. Saul Almeida taking on Sam Cecilia. We've got Sam Cecilia with the win. Pequeño versus Welch. Pequeño knocks her out in round number 1. 5-0 now. Guerrero versus Avalar at bantamweight. We've got Avalar picking up the win. No longer undefeated is the other lady. Aisha Jar taking on Faith McMaw. We got Faith McMaw picking up the victory. Amchi Beckhoff versus Terrence McKinney on the main show. Amchi Beckhoff with the unanimous decision. That's tough. I'm a big McKinney fan. Sadiq Youssef taking on Elijah Johns. Sadiq Youssef picking up the win. I'm pretty sure he's leaving us. No, he's not. Okay. That's good. Wants to fight Shane Burgos. Leonardo Santos taking on Abel Trujillo, and Santos gets the rear naked choke, and Trujillo retires. Co-main event, Diego Lima taking on 40-year-old Nick Diaz. In our co-main event, Nick Diaz picking up a couple wins in the UFC in this save, which is pretty interesting. Low-level international still. Diego Lima on the other side, high-level regional. Could use some popularity, and he does not get it. Unanimous decision victory for the boy, Nick Diaz. Main event of the evening, Tai Tuivasa taking on Francis Ngannou in our main event. Tuivasa, a couple losses in the UFC in this save. On the other side, you got Francis, who came to us after just losing the heavyweight title. And Tai Tuivasa knocks out Francis Ngannou. TKOs him at least. In round 1, a huge upset. And Tai Tuivasa is now becoming a star. Love to see it. 9,200 in attendance in Arizona, a gate of 1,900,000, commercial rating of 92, which is definitely good enough for high-level international. And we get 3.6 percentage points of increase. So definitely not that Hamzat level, the 5% fully, but still $6 million in profit. Highest paid fighter is Francis Ngannou, who picks up $500,000 to lose to Tai Tuivasa, who takes home basically a quarter of that, maybe like a third of that. That is insane. Probably still one more show until we hit low-level international. But as for right now, that's going to do it after we go ahead and take a look and see where we are standing as far as our popularity. Guaranteed, next episode, we are going to hit low-level international. Actually, I shouldn't say next episode, since we are going to be going episodically now, and it's going to go one show at a time. So I should not say that. However, we are going to hit low-level international sooner rather than later. 3.3 percentage points is all that we need. With Dern versus Gedalia, mid-level international, I don't want to say that it's next episode because it's not that great of a card, but we should hit low-level international very, very soon. I appreciate you guys. As always, I'm AZPlow21, and I will see you guys at the fights.